is GO404, and let's begin with the contents of the course. The course is divided into two parts. The first is theoretical part and second is practical part. The theoretical part is also divided into two. One is introduction and second is database. The introduction part has three sections. The first section we will discuss the definition of GIS and the importance of GIS. The second section will talk about some softwares which are used for GIS analysis. And in the third section, we'll talk about the hardware and the evolution of GIS technology. In the second part of the theoretical, this is the database, in which it will talk about what type of data is used in GIS and what is the importance and sources of GIS data. The second section will talk about 3D GIS. Third section will talk about the cataloging, and fourth section will talk about what are the problems associated with global scale databases. So this is a kind of introduction to GIS which is designed to the undergraduate students, considering that they do not have any background information about GIS. So it's a beginning and a kind of the foundation will be developed. And then in this section we will do some practical part in which we will learn about the ArcGIS and QGIS. What are the basic operations we can use for data analysis, how we can manage the data in ArcGIS, and how we can do some 3D GIS in ArcGIS. So this is all about this course. So let's begin with theoretical part and the introduction to GIS. And here this is the introduction part and GIS. The first thing first, that is the definition of GIS. And as you can see, the GIS is a framework of gathering, managing, and analyzing spatial and geographic data. So as you are the student of geography, you are dealing with geographical phenomena, and geographical phenomena take place on the surface of the earth. These phenomena are natural as well as cultural. Both natural and cultural data you can collect, you can store, and you can analyze with the help of computers. So it integrates different types of data which uses spatial location. So when you collect or analyze the data which has the spatial location, then you can visualize, you can make queries, you can analyze, and you can interpret the data to understand the relationship. What relationship means? The relationship means if you have the data like rainfall data and population data, or the data related to the agriculture land and the population, or urbanization and population density. So there is a relation. Where there is a suitable agricultural land, where there is a water availability, you will see their population is more. Take an example like the Balsai state, where of course there is more rainfall, more trees, but there is lack of agricultural land. That's why the number of people are less compared to the states where more agricultural land is there, like Kano, like Castina, and maybe another state like Jigawa. So this is the relation of the availability of the agricultural land and the population. And this relationship also makes a kind of pattern that where the hot spots and cold spots are found. And if we have the time series data, we can also analyze the trends. So GIS, Geographical Information System, we are learning as a student of geography. So it's very useful tool to look at the surface of the earth from the viewpoint of geographer. You can collect the geographic data, you can do analysis, and you can find the results. So to meet all these objectives, there are the few key components of GIS. What we need? We need the hardware. We need the computers. We need the GPS devices. Nowadays, the GPS devices are inbuilt in our smartphones. So we can use these smartphones to collect the geographical data. There are different applications, like most popular application I think is the Kobo Collect, which you can install in your mobile, and you can go to the field and you can collect different types of data, numerical, float data, the data in the form of pictures, the videos, and all this data you can associate with your laptop. So we need the hardware. As I said, there are some applications. So these are the softwares. If you have the laptop, you need ArcGIS. Not only ArcGIS, there are different softwares you can use like QGIS, which provide us the tool for managing, analyzing, and visualizing the geographical data. Here you can look at this is ArcGIS software. Here this is QGIS software, and similarly there are uh, the the online softwares available for web mapping. So here we will discuss in detail when we will talk about the softwares. Third component is data. The data is the raw material. You collect that raw material, you organize that data, and then you manipulate the data to come to some useful findings which you can apply to solve the problems. So this data includes the geographical data. It may be point data, or it may be some line or polygon data. It may be vector data. It may be a raster data in the form of satellite imageries. So all this data is the core input for GIS. And then the people, the users and professionals. Professionals, we can say that the one who do GIS analysis is professional, and one who uses the GIS maps or GIS data is the user. And all we need the GIS information, whether this is the policymakers or businessmen or the people who are serving in the health sector, defense sector, and in another sectors like transportation, tourism, and there are so many sectors which people can use the GIS. We should know the method, how we can do analysis, how we can interpret the geographical data. So these are the five important components of GIS. Now let's talk about the importance of GIS in various fields. In urban planning, when we plan any urban area, we have to know that what is the land use, land cover in that area. And you have to be very careful about the environment which is fragile or which is sensitive. You will not allow the construction in those areas which are uh, important from the viewpoint of ecology, ecosystem, or from the viewpoint of I mean, we need the trees, we need the water, Okay, we need the soil to cultivate. So this water, soil, and the trees, how you can conserve is important of is as a matter of importance for the land use planners. So all this information you can collect with the help of satellite data, and you can learn about the, the land use and land classes of any urban landscape. We need the infrastructure development where the infrastructure is required from the viewpoint of the urban growth, where there is a need of roads, where there is a need of bridges, and for for that very purpose, this GIS data helps us a lot. Nowadays, we are talking about these smart cities. These smart cities are the cities which facilitate and which facilitates the development of smart cities by integrating the data from various sources. What does it mean? Smart cities means it should give the facilities to the people in a smart way. The movement of the people and the services to the people should be smart, so they should not feel any problem. So for that very purpose, the GIS data helps us to understand the cities and to make the plan to develop how we can develop the cities smart. In the field of environmental science, the use of GIS and remote sensing, I'm using a new word here. Remote sensing is a kind of a GIS. So the remote sensing and GIS helps us for environmental monitoring. How you can monitor your environment? You have trees, you have forest, you have water, you have pure air, all we need for our livelihood. So this is important to monitor the environment from the viewpoint of its natural composition and how this composition is changing because of maybe the climate change or maybe the human activities. For conservation efforts, the we need to know that which areas uh, are there to protect and which are the areas where endangered species are found.